All right, chat. It's your boy Big Mount. Today, we're gonna do a little experiment. So, today was a beautiful day. I had every opportunity to work, but I let washing my down pillows get in the way of me working. Now, if you know anything about down pillows, you know that they are quite annoying to wash. That's why I'm probably never gonna get them again if I had the option, but I already bought them and they're pretty expensive. They're about 44 bucks a pop. I have 4 of them. Do the math, roughly 200. And basically, the holiday season's coming up. It's about to be Thanksgiving in about maybe 10 days. It's the 15th. And I'm feeling pretty poor, you guys. So, to be quite honest, I better get my butt to work if I want to have anything to be thankful for on Thanksgiving. And for you parents out there, if you want your kids to be able to have some gifts under that tree, yeah, you ought to be doing the same. Now, I'm sorry, you guys, I haven't been doing much DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats videos recently, and that's because I sold my camera, and I just use an iPhone now, so it's kind of hard to show you guys the orders if it's coming from the thing that I'm recording on. But I'm still going to do it for you guys. I'm not going to be able to show you guys my screen, but I could tell you guys how much stuff is going to be and how far, and take you guys with me to pick up these orders. Now, we're going to do something different tonight, though. All those apps let you go online this late at night, but is there any money to be made is the real question. Because I don't think when people order food in the middle of the night understand that somebody who is delivering it may be sitting at a hotspot waiting for those little bits of orders they can get, sleeping in their car, or they may be like me, sleeping until I get an order and then heading out once I get one. Now, this is the true test. Is there any money to be made doing the graveyard shift of food deliveries? I mean, I've done this a few hundred times. Not 100, I'm just capping with y'all. But I've done this a good number of times. It's a hit or a miss. Now, it depends on the night. I don't know exactly what day it is today. But like I said, we're pulling an all-nighter, so it's about to be the next day anyways. But enough chit-chat. I'm going to pull an all-night bender. All night. I think I might have to accept every delivery if I want to do something with my earnings tonight. Thank God for Prop 22 in California. We get guaranteed minimum wage plus 20% for active delivery hours. Active delivery hours means that you need to have an active order, meaning you accepted one, you're driving to the restaurant, you're picking it up, and you're dropping it off, and once you drop it off, it's no longer active. Neither is waiting in hotspots, which really sucks. It's because they tell you to wait in these hotspots because you're more likely to get an order. We ain't that thirsty. I feel like a peasant if I did that. Sleeping in my car and shit. So we're gonna do this test here from home, and I'm gonna wake up every time I get a notification, and we'll keep you guys tuned. And like I said, we're gonna be accepting basically every order unless it's completely out of pocket. So we're gonna be taking advantage of Prop 22, and that's what I kind of forgot to say this, but those people waiting in hotspots in their cars, they're not getting paid for all that time they're spending in their car. So remember, be grateful for the ability to get your food delivered in the middle of the night, okay? only start getting paid once you accept an order to when you drop it off, a guaranteed minimum wage, if your earnings don't exceed that guaranteed minimum wage. If it exceeds it, even better, but if you don't, then they'll just give you that guaranteed minimum wage plus 20%. Okay, guys, let's do this. This should be fun. So upon further inspection, Grubhub is the only limitation for tonight. Their market in my region is till 3 a.m. That's when they're closed. So maybe that's the universe, like, hey, we understand you want to do a bender for all these people here, but we could still do it with Uber Eats and DoorDash. But DoorDash, on the other hand, is a little tricky because you gotta wait till it's red to be able to go online. It's not like the other ones, like Grubhub and Uber Eats. You can't just go online by clicking the button and then you're online waiting for an order. DoorDash only lets you go online when the little, say, Poway area is red or the Mira Mesa area is red. If you guys are wondering, I'm in California, San Diego County. So if the, Claremont area is red, or if the Escondido area is red, you gotta wait for it to turn red. Because if it's not red and if it's grayed out, that means they're not very busy, so they're not gonna let you waste your time. That's a respectable thing with DoorDash. But the only thing about that is I really feel like if they're gonna do it like that, then they should be paying you when we're talking about those active hours. Like if you guys gotta wait, if we gotta wait for it to turn red, that's almost like us accepting an order in a way. Because what I notice is sometimes it'll be red and they'll claim to be busy. Like, oh, it's busy. Let me dash. But then you like click go online and then you're just waiting. It's like that you guys are busy. Like that's kind of false. So if they're like being false about them actually being busy, then better pay the piper. But anyways, we can still do the others, but that is the only limitation of DoorDash. Like we can still do DoorDash all night, but the bender is gonna be kind of weird. Like the only one we could truly do it with is Uber Eats. I don't know if they're gonna let me do it either, because I was doing orders earlier. I wasn't doing that many, and they only let you do like 12 hours a day. So who knows? Let's just see how this night turns out. We'll try to do as much as we can. All right, you guys. Catch you guys later. I have to this point been able to obtain red stat to be able to get going online for DoorDash. So I guess hopefully I could like check my phone and hopefully it'll be red. And then I could like click it and go online for DoorDash for at least, I think the minimum amount for a dash is like an hour. So hopefully we get one soon, because I don't want to keep waking up every 5 minutes to see if they're available or not. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. But until then, we're just doing Grubhub and Uber Eats right now. By the way, let's just say we started at 10:30 p.m. Even though I've been online longer than that, let's just say, for reference, easiness. And I have been online longer than 10:30, but it is roughly 10:37, and I still haven't got an order. So, is there money to be made? So far, no. Now, if we're waiting this long, while on two apps that are very popular, I wonder how much the order will be that we get once we finally get one. Will it be worth doing this or not? We'll see on the next episode of Total Drama Island. It is 10:43 and I was able to snag a dash until 12:30. So we are online on all 3 popular apps for your food deliveries. And let's see what all this fuss about DoorDash being quote unquote busy. Because what most people would do in this situation that I'm in is, as you could tell earlier, was the area I was in was blacked out, but then an area not too far away from me was red. A lot of people trying to get that money would have drove to that red area and then possibly be sitting around like I am in my area. So keep in mind that people really do this stuff, and they end up, instead of sleeping like this, they end up sleeping in their cars. So let's see what all that fuss about being red or busy is about. And just in case any of you guys are wondering whether or not I could get orders while talking to the camera, yes, I can. I always receive orders mid like doing my videos, and I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's annoying. So if you hear me talking and then you hear a notification sound going off, that means we got an order. All right, chat. First order. It was only like 4 minutes since that last video, and got an order for what is actually my minimal order that I usually do, which is kind of funny. And it's only 2.3 miles for $4.50. Not bad. Let's go ahead and get the Wingstop. It's freezing out here. I didn't think I would need a jacket, but I didn't think I would need an undershirt. But I'm gonna put an undershirt on after this. What's the temperature, bro? You guys, I got blurbed. Just kidding. We gotta ask ourselves, yo, if crime don't stop and the police don't sleep, then why we gotta sleep all the time when it comes to our work? You know what I mean? Sheesh. Real talk. For all you people who making excuses out here, bro. Gotta go out and get it, bro. No cap. Alright, chat. We just made it to Wingstop. One of the lights out are up. The lights on this side is out, but you already know. Let's do it. Hello. I have a DoorDash for Dre B. Cool. Thank you. Oh yeah. So we got that. The drop off is only 3 minutes away. So this should be a quickie. And it's a house, I believe. Cool. Instead of apartment where you gotta look and shit. If you guys know the city of Poway, you guys know the babbies be out here, bro. Especially at nighttime. Surprisingly, a lot more people outside. It's weird. But babbies everywhere. You gotta make sure you drive the speed limit if you ain't trying to get blurred. I never really speed like that because technically I went through this driving class one time because I got a ticket. Your boy got a ticket when he had his provisional driver's license. I was driving minors and I accidentally blew a red. Yeah, you guys, shame me all you want, but I was driving stick, and if I would have freaking not took it, bro, I would have stalled out and it would have been even more freaking crazy. So, but anyways, I went, and the traffic law enforcement officer or whatever, he was saying how, he was like, how many of you guys speed on the way home? And how many of you actually drive the speed limit in your neighborhood? And I raised my hand, I was like, I do. He's like, bull crap. Dude, what? That's not even an entrance. Like, where's it telling me to turn? There's nowhere to turn. That must be a glitch in the map. But anyways, He was like, bull crap. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm serious. I don't speed on my own street on the way home. And this is when I was beginning at driving. This is when I was beginning at driving. And before he told me this, he was like, well, anyways, we understand that most people do that. So understand this, that if you're going anything over 10 of the speed limit, example, if it's 65 and you're going over 75, anything over 75 is when they start pulling you over for a 65 mile per hour speed limit zone. So if you're speeding anywhere between 65 and 75, you should be good, no problem. They shouldn't blurb you. Just made it to the place. Let's grab the food. Another order from DoorDash, guys. Let's do it. So that one was like $8.75. Now we are talking, guys. We're going back to Wingstop. Wingstop is the next stop, guys. I turned the other apps back online, Uber Eats and Grubhub. I usually do that about 3 to 2 minutes from drop off. So I'll make sure to do that so we can maximize orders tonight. So maybe we can have orders already in our queue before we drop off our order. So back to Wingstop. DoorDash is taking the lead so far. But like I said, it's because you can't go online until they're busy. So I guess they weren't capping this time. In chat, I did fail to mention when the drop-off time was, and that last drop-off was about 11:05. So, what was that, roughly 10, 15? That was about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So, quick little $4.50. Now, it is about to be 11:07 when we get to Wingstop again. You guys, unfortunately, what I'm noticing is my navigation doesn't like to work while recording. So I'm going to have to talk less in between, like when I'm driving the orders, because I do not want to be making missed turns, because that could take away from potential money, delays in orders, and all that bad stuff. We don't want any of that. All right, this should be fun. Back at Wingstop, boys. All right, thank you. Have a good night. So it was 875 for 7.6 miles. The drop off is only like 7 minutes away, and it's another house. So far, I can't say it's my lucky day. I guess I could say it's my lucky night. Damn, the babbies are out, guys. They are ready to get me, bro. Like, the fact that I'm doing this for y'all, I usually don't tell people to like and, subscribe and all that stuff, but hey, if this is entertaining to you, you better hit that like button. Shit, I'm putting it on the line for y'all. Oh shit, DoorDash just gave me an order right when I got to the place. Okay, so that order was dropped off at 11:25. And like I said, I turned on the other two apps about 3 to 2 minutes before I got to this drop off. Look, we got another order lined up, ready to go. It was getting close. Let's define what is, because we talked about we're going to be accepting most orders unless it's out of pocket. Let's define out of pocket now. So I would say anything less than $2 is out of pocket for me. And then anything more than 15 miles is out of pocket for me. This one is going to be 13.2 miles, and I'm making like 16 or I think $16, but either way, it could be a little bit more, but you guys get the gist of it. I can't be perfect tonight, and I'll show you all the data once we're done, of course. So stay tuned. All right, boys and girls, we just made it to Pizza Hut. it's like they be playing with me though, because I was like, I set the boundaries for the what is the out-of-pocket order, right? I said anything less than $2 I'm not taking, right? Tell me why they sent me an order add-on, same place. Shouldn't be too much longer distance. It shouldn't really. But anyways, they sent a $2.20 order. I was like, what the? So yeah, I shouldn't take much time more. But yeah, it's funny. Let's get it, boys and girls. So one order was ready, but the other one wasn't. But with Prop 22, I don't get stressed out about that kind of stuff. That's why I kind of like Prop 22, because my mindset, I'm just like, hey, the more time on a active delivery, sheesh. As long as I'm on an active delivery, I'm getting that $22 an hour roughly is what it comes out to be. So, hey, shoot, hey, take your time. I don't be tripping out off of long distance either, like long drives. It's like, hey, if I gotta sit in traffic, sheesh, less hopping in and out of the car and I'm still getting paid. People gotta realize how clutch that is, because back then, before they came out with Prop 22, we didn't get paid any extra for long waits, or we didn't get paid any extra for traffic or anything. Looks like Christmas came early for this person. There ain't nothing that pisses me off more than, like I said, I don't mind driving far, because I'm still getting that guaranteed amount, 22 an hour roughly, when I'm on an active delivery. So it's like, hey, the longer on rides, the less hopping in and out of the car, and I'm still getting that guaranteed. But what I noticed is kids at UCSD, they be ordering from Mira Mesa all the way to La Jolla, UCSD. I don't mind about the trip, but what pisses me off sometimes is when they want me to deliver it to their dorm door. Now, it's completely, they're able to get food delivered to their dorm door. So, nothing wrong with that. But most people have you meet them outside. But the people have you bringing it to their dorm door, man, they don't care. And they're buttholes, because they order it from Mira Mesa too. It's crazy. And then they want you to bring it to their door too. Even more crazy. Get all these little dorms. And they wanted me to be up in there looking for them. So, I'm really not liking that the navigation doesn't work while I'm doing these recordings, because it really messes up the flow. Back then when I had a camera separate from my phone, this wasn't a problem. But my goal right now is, the goal right now is to get the heck out of UCSD area. Grubhub already tried to give me another huge mile order, 14.4 miles, and DoorDash isn't letting me switch zones, so I'm not gonna risk. I only have not even 10 minutes left of that block that I accepted earlier, but still, whenever I get like this, I like to get away from the problem areas. You see, because I literally got annoyed, and that could have ruined the whole night. Luckily, it works while I pause it, so I don't have to stop the whole entire recording and then have a bunch of clips. So that's a plus. But basically, I get there after a 17-minute drive, which felt like forever, because it's all highway driving, basically. And then once I get there, the customer's not answering the phone, and it brought me to this weird location, and both orders were to that same location, and I can't believe the second person had the nerves to ask for me to bring the order to their dorm room, because when I got to that location, I was like, what the heck, where am I? So then when I get there, I'm like stalling out trying to call the customer. I'm like, hey, yo, like, he's not answering. He's not answering the phone. And then while I'm waiting for him, I'm like trying to text him. I'm like waiting in a spot that wasn't on, I wasn't blocking the road, but I was in a place where it said catering parking only. It was literally parking. Nobody was using the trucks. There was no flow of traffic coming out of that area that I was parked in. So I was kind of just, instead of being in the blocking the road, I was blocking that little parking lot, but there was nobody using the parking lot, so I wasn't blocking anybody. And it's better than blocking the main road. So I'm parked there, and then a cop pulls up behind me, and then he hits the whoop. I'm like, okay. And then he starts yelling. I'm like, what, bro? Like, I can't hear you. And it made me feel weird, because like when a cop yells, all I could think as a black man is, get on the ground, hands down with your hands down. I'm like, okay. I'm just like yelling out to him, I can't hear you. And I don't know if you want me to just move, or I don't know if you want me to get out with my hands up. So I tell him, I can't hear you. And then I like pull forward a little bit, and he uses his megaphone, which what he should have done in the first place. Is like, you can't block the lane. I'm like, I wasn't blocking the lane. Are you talking about that parking lot that wasn't even being used? Like, if you wanted me to block the lane, I would have been parked in the middle of the lane. But I pulled over to the side, and I'm just trying to freaking get this fucking customer to answer so I could give him his damn food. So then I get a hold of him, and then he wants to meet me at this market, 6th Market or some crap like that, at UCSD. I was like, okay, it's 2 minutes away. You want to meet there? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I meet there, and he's still not outside. I'm just like, bro, where are you? I had to call him again. And he's like, what car are you in? I'm like, dude, a black car. And he's like, what model? I'm like, Toyota. I'm like, all right, cool. Finally got the order to him. Bam. It's like, you guys at these colleges, bro, how do you guys order food? I had to drive 17 minutes once again. And then the whole time, you're not even paying attention. And then when I finally get there, you're not answering your phone. Like, you just had me bust a mission in the middle of the night, and then you're not gonna be answering your phone. On top of that, no, that's annoying. So basically, I start the next order, and it's delivering to the same area that he brought me to, the catering parking spot. So I call her up real quick. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to come down. I can't have you, I almost got a ticket tonight, and they don't like the way I was parked, so I need you to come down. Like, they didn't like the way I was parked, say I was waiting for someone to come to me. Shit. It's not like I just parked there and left my car and started walking away. I was in my car, wasn't blocking traffic, but yeah, I was like, I need you to come down. And then she comes down, and they take a good amount of time. I swear it was like an extra 6 minutes, 4 to 6 minutes, okay? Waiting for them to come down after a long drive like that. So whenever that kind of stuff happens, I just basically get the fuck as far as away from those type of areas that I can, whether it's the university. The UCSD is the only one that really annoys me. They order far orders because there's nothing opened over there. So they ordered oftentimes from Mira Mesa all the way to UCSD. So that's basically, if you don't know, it's La Jolla. And basically all rides are like freaking 20-minute rides there. So basically, and then they want you to sometimes bring orders to their dorms. And not only that, I really hate the Westfield Mall there at UTC Mall. I really hate that mall. Really, it's like a maze, and it's huge. They're under construction, so you can't really park where you want to all the time. It's a nightmare in that area. So I just drive as far away from there as possible, and then I go back online once I feel like I'm far enough, which I'm about to do right now. And this isn't the only area in San Diego that I steer away from. I'd like to also steer away from downtown San Diego and areas that I know bring me to downtown. Like, if I'm in Mission Valley, I'm like, let me start heading back north, because I know it's a matter of time before I get brought to PB, and then from PB, now I'm going to downtown, and then now somebody wants me to park illegally and bring the food to their 40th floor penthouse, and if I don't, they're gonna give me a run for my money. So yeah, just go offline, get far away, and I get back online, And that's why I have those mileage limits, because I don't even like long deliveries, to be honest, because it just get me out of my area that I started in, and it's a hassle dealing with those places that are really populated, and kids flying on their electric scooters and electric bikes, and adults flying on electric scooters and electric bikes, no care for their lives whatsoever, and just people feeling entitled, thinking you can bring food to their freaking 40th floor penthouse or even their dorm. So it's like, get away from that kind of stuff. And then you ordering food from the UTC mall got you walking a damn near half a mile to get their damn order. It's like, nah. And then getting lost in the mall, if you know, you know. I like to stay far away from that. I like Mare Mesa, Claremont, if it's not gonna bring me to Mission Valley. I like Poway, I like all that. I like Escondido, I like Rancho Bernardo. I really love Escondido food deliveries. I am far away from there, and I literally just got another order to UCSD. It's a bundle, so it's 2 orders, and it was 13.5 miles away, guys. And it's like, this is the type of stuff that we got to deal with in the middle of the night. Like a bunch of college dorm students just taking advantage of the apps. There's nothing wrong with it. So let's see what this next one is. 15.7 miles away, you guys. I don't even need to look at the amount they're paying me. And trust me, I don't think it's much more than the mileage. Probably, I didn't really look at that too much. I think it was roughly freaking 15, maybe 12 bucks to go 15, bro. And back to UCSD from here, I drove so far. It's like, we might have to lower our freaking amount, dude, because they're trying to bring me back to the trenches, bro. And I literally just got back to my region that I started in. Here goes another one. Let's see. Man, they don't stop. There's more like it. 7.8 miles for 10 bucks, and it's in my region. We're actually getting closer to my crib from here. Yeah, so here's the thing. Long story short, I don't mind being gracious in the miles, right? But here's the thing. If I go out there and I'm like, oh damn, this is not my area, I gotta go offline and then get back to my area. That's all I can say about those long mileage orders. Like, it's cool driving and not having to hop out of the car over and over again with the short orders, but still, I ain't gonna lie, I was low-key wanting that cop to, like, you know, come up to me, and I was about to be like, yo, like, what do you want me to say? I'm delivering food to these annoying students. I wanted to, like, make him feel like shit, to be honest. I wanted him to come up to me and try to say some, hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm just delivering food. Your customer isn't answering the phone, and, you know, I'm just lost for words. Who would order food for so far away and bring me to a college? It would have been like feeling bad. It's like, bro, I wasn't even blocking the road. It's like, if anything, you're just fucking with me. But it is what it is. You know, pigs sometimes don't have anything better to do. They just bored. There's no real crimes to find. But when the real crime is when it's time to fight a real crime, they're nowhere to be found. But if you're fucking parked Gumpy, I wouldn't even explain that as Gumpy. But if you're parked not the best at a college student at a college campus, where you know that people park crazy all the time because you freaking college students are ordering food in the middle of the night all the time, then you should know, like, hey, I'm not gonna mess with this guy. He's just doing what I'm used to. Like, stuff happens all the time here. Let me go find the freaking college drug dealers who are dealing drugs right now. Throwing frat parties and freaking drinking underage and shit. It is 12:40. I'm sure that the lobby at this Taco Bell is closed. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. So I'm just gonna use the drive-through. Whenever it's late and I'm picking up fast food, I typically understand, yep, the benches are on the tables. I'm not gonna get out of my car and pull on a door that's locked. That's annoying. So I typically just come through the drive-through if it's late night. Hey, I have a Grubhub order. Look, now I'm back in the, you know, the good part of town for food deliveries. And notice when I was in Poway, I was getting houses. And then as soon as I get to that area, I was getting a bunch of dorms and college students and stuff. That's why I like farther north. The more north you go, the more anything past Miramar, like the base, away from the city of San Diego, like anything away from the city, same thing with Arizona. Anything away from the city of Phoenix, like you could be in Maricopa County, which Phoenix is a part of Maricopa County. But anything away from that big city hub is going to be a lot of houses and just easy orders and calm, not a bunch of freaking scooters flying down and e-bikes. That's what I noticed. So basically, not only am I not dealing with students, but I'm also get the luxury of not even having to get out of my car. Just cruise to the drive-thru, grab the order, and then bring it to the house, which most likely going to be house. I mean, even if it's apartment, it'll be a dorm or a penthouse in downtown with shitty parking. By the way, I mentioned it is 12:42. That means my Dash has officially expired. But then a new one became available, and guess how long it's going for? Till 5:30 a.m., guys. I think that's like a solid time to, like, I was gonna end it at 5, this video. So it is 12:42 right now. Let's do it.
There you go. There's John's already with the bag.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
And just like I said, going to a house, easy peasy, pull in the driveway, walk it to the door, easy money. Hey guys, if you guys think you guys could teach an old dog new tricks with this food delivery stuff, think again, because I know the game like the back of my hand. I've been doing this for like 8 years, and there ain't much new to it. You know what's popping, you know what's trash, you know what's decent, you know what's ass. I ain't gonna lie, holiday season got me all over the place, man. Like, I really said earlier that it's like 10 days until Thanksgiving. Bro, it's the 20th, because it's 12 o'clock. It's the 20th, so when I started, it was the 19th. Now it's the 20th, and it's a Thursday. It's a Thursday as of right now. Ooh, we got another order from DoorDash. And like I said, them people at the college dorms, if they could be up partying, we could be up working. And look, the popo, they mess with me at this late hour of the night. If they could be up working, so can we. Stop with the excuses before I slap you upside your head, boy. The order I accepted was, what was it, 8 miles for $7? Yeah. Y'all know what it is. We at America's Diner, baby. Where everyone at though? I know they heard me. Should I mess around and say something else? Yeah, I have a DoorDash for Jamar A. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good night. Oh wait, have a good morning, right? That's a good point. All right, bye. Another house, only 10 minutes away. Gotta love North County-ish. Not all the way North County, because like I said, I love Esco. It is a little bit far north. But I gotta say, if you're completely trying to dodge like areas like UCSD, UTC Mall and downtown San Diego, I say your best bet is going to Escondido. They tend to have a lot of houses too, and apartments. They typically have spots for you. Apartments aren't gonna be like sky rises in Escondido. Like, it's not gonna be like the little parking patrol people driving up on you as soon as you step out of your car and then you turn around, there's a ticket on your window. No, it's not gonna be like that. So Esco, San Marcos area has great food delivery market, just in case you're wondering. I feel like I have to get this arrival time here because I have been seeing 111 nonstop, and it's right before year one. And I really feel like that's why I'm seeing it so much, because like I said, like, November's already gone. I thought we had more time in November, and then now it's about to be December, and then year one.
Hello, welcome to Jack. What can I help you?
Hey, I have a Grubhub for Andrew L.
Okay, go ahead and write it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys, I am getting my yawns in. I ain't even gonna lie. We might have to cut it short at 3 a.m. It is 1:30 a.m. I got this order here in Mira Mesa, and it is 8 miles for $10. But then they try to add on an add-on. And like I said, whenever I get to Mira Mesa, I always, like, when I got this order from Mira Mesa, I was like, surprised that it wasn't going to UCSD. And then they try to give me an add-on for like an extra $12 for 10 miles to go to UCSD. Now that may seem high to you, but I think honestly they're paying mostly just for the mileage, and as they should. Like, y'all got us going pretty out the way over there, I ain't gonna lie. But delivering to places like that just give me the ick, so I just declined it. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it going till like 3 a.m. And plus, I really feel like this whole thing wouldn't be a real good solid thing if we're missing one of my apps. So Grubhub and DoorDash. Have I done any Uber Eats so far? Yeah, I think I have, but DoorDash and Grubhub have definitely been the leaders here. So if I'm gonna be not having Grubhub past 3 o'clock, I don't think this is gonna be a very fair example of what you could actually do on a graveyard shift. Plus, like I said, I'm yawning, and I'm not done yet. I got way more in the tank, but I can only imagine past 3 going into 4 and 5, where it's like it could get potentially dangerous, and I don't got time for all that. It's not worth it like that. So yeah, let's keep going, guys. We got about an hour and a half, so let's do it. I don't want to get that guy's plate in front of me, but this is a long line here. Mira Mesa Jack in the Box is a pretty low-end Jack in the Box, so it's funny that this is happening here. As you can see behind me, it's not very much shorter than like there either.
What's the drink? There you go. And what else?
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you at the window.
Have a good night. Or have a good morning. Getting it down, guys. All right, you guys, just dropped that one off at a house, and then DoorDash already got one lined up in my queue for a double whammy. It is going to be going deeper towards Rancho Bernardo area, so it's gonna be pretty deep, but at least it's in the direction that I like, and not more south towards the city, like UCSD and downtown and PV areas. So yeah, boys, it's 2 o'clock when I get to this next destination. All right, chat, so it is 2:05. I was not expecting these type of results. I have not been able to get back to my house. I thought I was gonna be sleeping, waking up, doing deliveries. And just so you know, this is not how it's like every day, or it's not like this every night. It is sometimes popping during the day, sometimes it's not. All 3 apps just dead. Same thing with nighttime, so do not sign up or whatever. If you even can sign up, there's so many waiting lists. But don't try to sign up or whatever because you think it's going to be like this every night. And you're like, oh, I could do that every night and I could make this one. No, that'll be false advertisement if I said that. So we are going on to, I think we're at 3 hours and 30 minutes, about to be at 4 hours. And then from there, we got another hour. So we'll be basically at around 5 hours. And I feel like that's a real solid shift anyway, so probably just call it a day there at 3 o'clock. I'm pretty sure these orders are going to take me somewhere deep, so probably by the time I get dropped off both of those, probably be like 2:45, 2:40-ish. And probably just head home. Who knows? We'll see if we can squeeze one more in on the way back to my house, so let's see. All right. Yeah, I did not like Grubhub's 2-digit verification thing. I don't think Uber Eats is as bad. But I'd be like dropping off the order and then... Hold on.
This is for Keyshawn.
Okay, can I grab the drink first? Thank you. Keyshawn.
And then, did you want a sample of our churro chiller?
Sure. Sounds tasty.
Here you go. What's your ethnicity?
Cool. I'm black and white, basically.
Oh, you look like
Yeah.
you're like something else.
I get
like
that.
Spanish or something.
Yeah, I get.
Dominican,
Yeah, I get
You get that a lot?
Dominican. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get Dominican a lot. I'm Spaniard a little bit, but that's about it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Anyways, have a good one. Bye now. I think she said I look good at the end. I can't. I think that's what she said. But yeah, let me try the cinnamon. Oh my God, that's good. That's the the churro thing from Taco Bell. Oh wow. Coming back for that. It's funny because I actually just caught up the fact that they didn't give me 2 Pepsis for the other order. I got the Baja Blast for the first, but the 2 Pepsis for the other order are missing. That's one thing I always check for. Like, I may not be able to check all the items. Like back when I first started, we used to have to check the items of the food. Now they seal it all up. The only thing we can really check for now is like drinks, something else. But I think that's the main thing, is just making sure they got their drinks. If you miss their drinks, they get butthurt. But it's kind of tricky these days too, because some places put the drinks in the bags. I might have to get me one of those churro things. Get me wired in the middle of the night. Hello. So I think the other order was missing the 2 Pepsis or something like that. They didn't end up giving it to me for free. It is what it is though. Sometimes I always try to, like, you know, if I have to come back for something and I like save the order and then I'm like, hey, let me buy a drink. Usually they just give it to me for free, but it was a pretty expensive one. So it was like 5 something. So like I said, that drink was dank. It's called a caramel cinnamon blizzard or something like that, if you guys ever want to try it. Taco Bell has gotten rid of my empanadas once again. Whoever the owner of Taco Bell is, I'm coming for you, bro. Y'all better bring back the empanadas. Thank you.
Have a good night. I'm
You
glad
too.
you liked it.
Yeah, it was dank. Thank you. Bye. But yeah, they need to bring back my empanada for real though. No cap. That's my favorite, bro. Y'all need to stop playing with my empanada. All right. So, it says I should be at the next destination at around 2:35. So I was pretty close. That's at 240-ish, 245. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. This drink got me shivering when I hopped outside. It was cold. But I'm also fucking wired off this shit, dude. So much sugar. Shit is dank. I want some? Here, take some. Yeah, just like that. Okay, yeah. It's dang, huh? I don't know why I thought that was farther in Rancho Bernardo than it was. It was like pretty close to the exit. Wasn't very deep in Rancho Bernardo whatsoever. But yeah, he actually came outside, surprisingly, this late. And I got to tell him, like, hey, they almost forgot your drinks. And he's like, hey, I appreciate that. I'll tip you more in the app. I'm like, bet. Cha-ching, probably paid for my drink just by me telling him, like, hey, they almost forgot your drinks. I had to spin the block back, but I got it. All right, you guys, about 8 more minutes until I get home. I've been on the road for maybe 13. So 8 more minutes until I get home. If I get home without another order, I will call it a night. If we can squeeze one more in, that's another story. So let's hope to get another order, guys. Let's see. All right, you guys, we got our last order. It was 13.5 miles for like $10. I'm going to Mira Mesa to pick it up. But the cool thing about it is I'm delivering it to Poway. So nice, getting brought home. The only thing that sucked right now is I was already in Poway. But I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let's just do one more. And I don't know how I feel about this one, guys. It's a lot of mileage, huh? Especially for our last order. I'm actually going to cancel this one. All right, you guys, I just did the math. I drove for about 4 hours and 45 minutes, and I made 96 boodles. 96 big ones. So if a tip comes through later from that guy, easily 100. So it was pretty consistent throughout the whole night. Even the order that I could have done, ended up canceling. The ball was rolling, guys. There's opportunity out here. Is it going to be like this every night? No. But there's opportunities out here, you know? And I saw the pressure washer guys out there too, man. If the pressure washer guys could be out there working, we can too. You know? So that was a pretty good one, guys. I am going to put my miles that I drove screenshot up for you guys to see that as well. And yeah, that's basically will show how much of a standard deduction I could do on my taxes. And that helps me save money when it comes to tax season. If you're not using Stride to track your miles and you're doing food deliveries, stop. Don't do food deliveries anymore if you're not tracking your miles. You better be tracking your miles, or else when it comes to tax season, you're going to regret doing food deliveries. Trust me. All I'm saying is I did a couple years when I first started without tracking my miles. I owed like 1,000 on taxes, and I didn't even make that much. I think I got my first year I made like 25,000. I ended up only 1,000. Like, can you imagine making 25,000 in a year and then having to pay $1,000? Like, that's super freaking barely even any money made. You shouldn't have to pay any taxes, if anything. And then you gotta pay $1,000. Like, you gotta realize, like, if you ain't, you're an independent contractor and they do not include that standard mileage deduction for the wear and tear on your car like you think they do. They don't. So make sure you use Stride and you'll be all good. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. I usually don't say that, but like I said, we almost manifested getting pulled over and messed with by the cops tonight. So make sure you guys show some love for that. All right, you guys. It's your boy, Big Man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Bye. Have a wonderful time.